inability to sit in one place for too long, the need to keep moving or getting up and taking breaks and walking around and sitting back, a lot of inattention, so very low, not age appropriate attention spans, concentration levels and focus. So basically, ADHD and ADD are more or less the same thing. It stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. And under the spectrum of ADHD, you have three types. You have the inattentive type, you have the hyperactive impulsive type, or then you can have the combination of the above mentioned. So basically, ADD means there is only the attention problem there with the child and not the hyperactive and the impulsive aspect of the symptoms. Very low sitting tolerance, there is a lot of motor or physical restlessness, inability to sit in one place for too long, the need to keep moving or getting up and taking breaks and walking around and sitting back, a lot of inattention, so very low, not age appropriate attention spans, concentration levels and focus. Impulse discontrol, so saying things and doing things perhaps without realizing what the consequences are. And obviously with all these above mentioned signs and symptoms, the child also faces academic difficulties, social and behavioral difficulties as well. So even there are sometimes even challenges of being in a group, socializing, fights with friends because of the impulse discontrol, or losing things, unable to organize themselves, difficulty with group work or projects. So these kind of sum up most of the signs and symptoms of ADHD. It affects school life because one is when you have a child, say in a classroom, who's putting his hand up all the time and wanting to answer out of turn or not be able to follow instructions, so there is incomplete work, slow in his work, or difficulty taking instructions or taking anything to do with authority. Because of the impulse discontrol, they perhaps get provoked in class, maybe with a comment or with friends, and they get highly distracted, or they get reactive. Because of their hyperactivity and restless, they sometimes distract the class or distract others in class. They obviously can't seem to complete their work and follow instructions, so that gets them into perhaps trouble with their behaviors in the classroom, with their teaching staff or teachers, and even with friends, right? Because when, say, there is a group and they have to conform to certain group rules or game rules, or even take part in any activities or games, they can't seem to perhaps follow even instructions of the game, or they get impulsive and get into small or short fights, so it can turn aggressive. So these are all the things that can happen perhaps in the child's school life. So I think one is that the parents obviously don't sometimes realize why their child is all the time on the go, restless, speaks in a high volume all the time, can't seem to wait his turn, can't seem to remember to get his water bottle back home from school, or misplacing his stationery or books or notes, or coming back home all the time with incomplete work. So parents do struggle then obviously with these challenges in school, academics, socially and behaviorally, and therefore tend to naturally lose their patience a lot with their children who have a diagnosis of ADHD. So I guess once there is acceptance that my child has a kind of a problem there with a diagnosis of ADHD, everything then changes. And there are various parental strategies that one can incorporate to help a child with ADHD. So again, there's no real one cause. There are genetic factors. They say certain neurophysiological imbalances in the brain lead to certain ADHD symptoms, but there is no real evidence that shows one particular kind or cause for ADHD. But definitely there is a correlation between high levels of sugar content. So, whenever we do have a diagnosis of a child with ADHD, we do tell parents to keep their children off or low on, too much of, chocolates, things that contain cocoa in them, definitely no caffeine or, artificial coloring, and too many sweets, and any sugar content definitely needs to be reduced, which the treatment of ADHD is not just one modality or only medication. So one is definitely behavior modification, play therapy when the child is really young helps. Secondly, occupation therapy really helps children along with sensory integration, because these children need to, through therapy, need to better their sitting tolerance, their hand-eye coordination, their visual tracking, or even to do certain tasks on paper, on the table. They need to expend their energy, so a lot of jumping, trampoline work, ball pool, all these aspects of occupation therapy help earlier on as an early intervention program for children with ADHD. Definitely engaging in meaningful games, athletics, sport, to expend that hyperactivity of energy really help children as well.